All right, so today I want to talk about one of my favorite and one of the most controversial topics I've ever discussed here on the channel, and that is ATV tires. All right, so I've been debating for a number of months for a different type of tire setup to go with. So the tires I got for today are made by ITP and they're the MT911s. And I gotta tell you, first impressions, they're pretty beefy looking. They're aggressive and they are very, very similar to one of my favorite all-time mud ATV tires. That is the XM310s. All right, so one of the big differences with these compared to the XM310s is these are 30 inches by 10 inches wide on 14-inch rims. The manufacturer says that at 15 PSI, they should be about 30.5 inches tall. And I gotta say, I've got them down to about 9 PSI, like 9 or 10. And they're definitely at 30 inches or a little above for sure. I can just tell by the way they sit on the machine. I haven't tried to take a tape measure to them or anything like that. I'm not gonna worry about it. Now, according to the specs from the manufacturer, weight-wise, they are just slightly over 45 pounds. Now, the wheels I have them on are from a company called Falcon Ridge. Has anyone heard of that? No, probably not. I had never heard about them until I went and bought them. But here's the story. They are made by Highlifter products. So the way I understand it, Highlifter wanted to come up with this offshoot brand because, you know, Highlifter, they're known for mud type products and mud ATVs. They're made with the same quality that they make all their stuff, but I don't know if it was marketing campaign failed or whatnot. It didn't take off and they scrapped it. They made wheels and they also made tires and I don't know, didn't take off. So I ended up with these wheels and I got them pretty cheap. All right, so let's have a little closer look at the lugs. They got a pretty good hook to them. They're approximately 1.5 inches deep all the way around. And they're also angled forward, which I think is the best type of lug pattern to go for. A lot of tires, like mud type tires, a number of them have a reverse pattern. And you know what I think with those kind of tires, like a Cryptid, they work best in reverse. So this covers the criteria of they're a 30 inch, they're gonna be a little bit smaller for me because I've been running 32 inch Assassinators for a good solid year now. And they are a good mud tire. They're an amazing tire in the muskeg. Best tire you can get for that, hands down. But let me tell you, driving them on the trail, they are sketchy. They're not really that fun to ride. So I wanted to get something different that I could rip around on. It's January right now. It's not very nice out. We don't have any snow. Assassinators, no fun. So I got these and I'm looking forward to going and trying them out here right shortly, like literally, and right after I finish filming this, I'm gonna go test them out. All right, we're going for a little rip. Warm enough? Warm enough? My teeth are getting cold, but that's the worst the road riding will do. Let's go down. We just go down here. Alright, so first impressions, these tires ride very smooth, they hook up very well, and with the 10 wide, they certainly are very stable. So the combo of these wheels and the weight of these tires match up very nicely with my clutching setup, so I don't have to make any changes there.
Oh yeah, look at this little section. Oh yeah.
Now, running 10 wides on the front, I was a little concerned that tight turns might be a bit of an issue. But after riding through this twisty, turny section of this trail,
oh, that's a tight, holy jeez.
It's not an issue at all. But I will say, when the ATV is stopped and you want to turn sharp, you can definitely feel the large contact patch that it has on the ground. You can feel the resistance, but once you're moving, it's not a problem.
Whoa! That's like, you're wide. Yeah. Spinning on the ice. Better safe than sorry with the new machine.
Now, when you're on a hard packed surface and running at a good speed, these tires definitely do have a bit of a hop to them. It's like the tread pattern's not quite in sync. My Aztecs ran very, very similar. But what do you expect for a mud tire, eh?
Let's get back to ripping. So far, 35 kilometers. Half of that was at breakneck speed. Yes, it was. So far, these tires are so much more fun to rip around on than Assassinators. No question. No question at all.
But one of the things I wanted to do with these tires, I'm going to run them on the Renegade. I'm going to get a good feel for them. But for me, one of the goals, I want to put them on the 570. I put one on the rear. It does fit. It's going to need a little bit of trimming on the footwells, but they're going to fit just fine. So the other thing I'm going to have to do when you do that, I'm going to do some clutch work. And first thing I got to do is I got to get a tune, because that 22 570 Outlander XMR is actually a 650 engine. So getting the 570 actually tuned to a 650 is going to be a huge difference. So here's a little story, and it comes to having fun on your ATV and tires and engine size and power and all that kind of stuff. A few months back, I went to visit my buddy Jeremy. He's part of the Northern Ontario Trail Stompers. Check out their YouTube channel. Why wouldn't you? Anyways, I was up visiting him for a few days, and we were doing some hunting, we were doing some riding. I brought the 570 with me, which I keep pointing over there because it's over there. I don't know why I keep doing that. And he's got a Commander XMR 1000, the new style. That thing friggin' is awesome, man. Works really, really good. I really liked it. But the main part of my story is the one night we went to go do some duck hunting, and we were just taking some back roads. So he had the Commander. He was bringing Abby the dog along with him. And he's like, hey, instead of unloading your bike, why don't you take my wife Carla's bike and we'll go to the hunting spot. I'm like, sure. So it's a 650 max chassis, and it has cryptids on it. Other than that, it's completely bone stock. And we went ripping down the back roads, and I gotta tell you, I had a blast. The 650 power with those cryptids, they friggin' worked really good, man. I was smiling ear to ear. I was ripping around corners, just fishtailing her around, and had a blast, man. So there's something to be said about having something that's trail friendly, that's fun to ride, and then there's that balance of something super aggressive for doing super aggressive riding. So I think it's going to be really nice to have something different that I can mix it up. Looking forward to that. All right, so like I said earlier in the video, talking about ATV tires is one of my favorite topics. It's also very controversial with many other people because everyone thinks that this is the best, blah, 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 and everyone's got their opinions, but you also got to go by facts. You really, really do. So if you want to learn a little bit more about some other types of ATV tires, why don't you check out this video right here? And then I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.